Have you ever been hitting the gym and eating properly and getting frustrated that you're yo-yo dieting? I experienced that for the past couple years because I've been trying to do things on my own. I noticed that they weren't working out. For example, if I eat in a calorie deficit of 500 calories 6 days a week, and on that weekend I'm cheating, I can eat a whole pizza at Costco. It would make me feel bloated, my weight would go up, my skin would break out, those kinds of things. I just want you guys to know you're not alone. Many people deal with these kinds of problems. I felt ashamed of myself when I was out of shape. Working harder isn't necessarily the solution, it's working smarter in certain aspects of the fitness game. It's not all your fault because you're competing with the smartest, richest companies out there. They're competing for your time, your resources, and your energy. The real reason why you're not losing weight has nothing to do with your willpower. It has everything to do with what is running behind the scenes. Your body, your mind, and your heart, how you feel. All of the daily habits that you're doing, they contribute to your overall package of who you are. Let that sink in. I remember a time when I was trying to cut down. My body was in survival mode. I was trying to cut out the carbs and only eat primarily meats and eat proteins. I found out that that wasn't working out for me. I was eating less and I was seeing less results. My metabolism was slowing down. I was trying to do more cardio, which is something that I learned. I should be limiting the cardio and being more focused on weightlifting exercises. When I'm drastically trying to cut down my calories, my body doesn't see the fat loss, it sees it as a famine. I was actually starving myself of nutrients that I needed from those other kinds of foods, such as fruit. People think that they shouldn't eat fruit if they want to lose weight. That's not true because those fruits, they have a lot of nutrients and antioxidants, and they're naturally delicious. For example, if you like ice cream, try out frozen berries and yogurt. When my metabolism slowed down, my hormone production also suffered as well. I also suffered from poor sleep, and my body clung to the fat that I had on my body. That's why I was yo-yoing. It's harder to lose weight when I'm not running at an optimal point. I needed a strategy and I needed coaching. I put my ego aside. I knew I couldn't do it alone. With these resources that I'm going to give you, I hope that you could start your journey onto a more healthier, happier, and better quality of life. Focus on fueling your body with more whole foods, nutritious foods. Think of the different fats, the carbs, and the proteins that you're eating. There are certain applications that can help you with tracking your macros. Most of the time when I tried to lose weight and I tried to eyeball it, it didn't work. There were times when I tracked my macros on a spreadsheet and I look good. I look this good. You have to know what you're eating, what you're putting in your body, because if you're just guessing it, how's that working out for you? I know that when I was out of shape, I lacked confidence. I didn't have the desire to go talk to people. I wasn't as happy. I felt weak. I felt small. I'm only 5'6.5", Asian male in this country. That means I gotta be the best version of me. And these are one of the ways as to how I do it. There are certain diets where they say intermittent fasting or only eat once a day. Those are tools as to how I could lose weight. I think it's better to eat throughout the day so that the body is primed to absorb the nutrients for the load that I'll be giving myself in the gym. Whether you're working, maybe you're doing construction, those kinds of things. Also, when I was yo-yo dieting for the whole year, I was super frustrated. I was stressed out. I was trying to figure out how can I trim down for the summer. And I would say summer is maybe a couple days away. It's beach season. And I want to look good with my shirt off. I'm pretty sure you do too, if you're a man. I could eat clean. If I'm stressed out, my sleep is bad, my body's still gonna wanna hold on to the fat. That's how we are as human beings. Chronic stress increases the hormones that tell the body to hold on to fat. especially belly fat. Because I noticed I was dropping weight and then I was losing it in my cheeks, and I was like, what's going on? I would much prefer if it dropped here. That's not how the body works, because when I'm cutting, I will lose it overall in different parts of my body. It's not going to come from one part. I think the main reason as to why I have love handles is because it's right next to the stomach. It's in this area, and it might have something to do with mobility as well. I was also frustrated because my stomach, it would protrude past my chest. That is a big indication that I needed to change. I felt something was wrong, something was off. I remember a time I was in school, university, and I was shredded, $160. I just crossed into a fraternity. The next semester, I was eating buffet style 3 to 4 times a week. A Binghamton brother came down and he said, "You're fat, look at your stomach." I said, "Bro, I just ate." He was like, "No, look at your stomach." And I was in denial. And I knew that he was trying to help me and not necessarily trying to insult me. If you're Asian, you know what's up. That culture, they don't play around. They'll tell you your weak spots. They'll tell you got pimples on your face, you're fat, those kinds of things. It does hurt. What are the intentions behind it? Are they trying to help me, or are they trying to hurt me? I knew he was trying to help me because he saw me in my prime when I crossed in this chapter. When I was heavier, the body secretes more estrogen, and it interferes with testosterone production. That's why it's better to be lean over being obese. It's better to have a structured meal plan so that I know what I'm eating and be consistent with it throughout the day. When I'm stressed out, it's harder to avoid my cravings, it's harder for me to sleep, and it's harder for me to work. That's why sleep is pretty important. I got a Whoop band to track my sleep. I'm not sponsored. I just bought it because it's a tool that I wanted to use to track my calories, my sleep, how many steps I'm walking. It has journal features, those kinds of data points. It has basic vital points. I linked my scale up to it, my Withing scale, so that I could track my weight. Point number 3, you're not actually in a deficit if you're eyeballing your food. If you think you're eating chips, all this garbage that you see in the vending machines, it's not helping you. The food doesn't have nutrition in it. If I could think of my body as my vehicle, do I want to be a racing horse, or do I want to be a horse that's retired? It's your choice. A lot of these foods, they're super addicting. They're made to taste good. For example, chips. If I ate a bag of Doritos, I could eat the whole bag easily and I won't be full. Versus if I was eating a steak or broccoli, something like that, those foods taste good and it's be pretty hard to overeat them because of the density of the food. Maybe the broccoli has fiber. Most people think they're eating healthy and they're not because of the sauces that they're putting on their foods, the oils. When you go out to a steakhouse, they're most likely putting heavy oils on the foods. They're trying to make it taste good. It's like eating butter chicken. If you're Indian, you know what time it is. That chicken is good. Is it helping you with your goals, your weight loss goals? You will have to make sacrifices. You will suffer. One path will give you rewards and another path will not. It's okay to indulge. Before my cut, I binged on my cravings. I ate everything that I wanted to eat, and then now it's back to business. I'm on the diet plan. I'm going to the gym 2 times a day, 5:20 a.m., 5:20 p.m. Another tool is if you track your time, same thing with expenses. You track your income, what comes in, what you're spending. Track your time and 30-minute blocks, 15-minute blocks, see what you're doing. You would be able to set up your schedule so that you could get your proper sleep, you could get your meals in, you could get your workouts in, you could learn from different creators, you could learn from AIs. I thought that I was eating healthy, I was eating within my boundaries. The body told me a different story. When my stomach was hanging out past my chest, when I didn't have abs, when my arms weren't as defined. Understands the portions that you eat, it will play a big role in your overall health and fitness because like I said before, I can eat a whole Costco pizza easy in one sitting. I timed it before. I did it in 20 minutes and I felt like a slob. I felt tired. It's the equivalent to eating a bunch of food on Thanksgiving. Would you rather be a hungry lion or would you want to be a sedentary lion before you go into a fight? That's how you gotta look at it. Are you the king of the jungle? Or are you a little gazelle? This is one example of peanut butter. It's natural peanut butter. 1 tablespoon has 90 calories in it. 90. That's as much as I would spread on a piece of bread. I do it once a day in the morning. I put berries on it. If you gave me a whole loaf of bread, I could easily eat all of the bread with peanut butter and jelly on it. I probably wouldn't match my macros. That's why these sauces and condiments, make sure you're aware of how much you're consuming. Maybe you could get the sugar-free ketchup or the barbecue sauce or use sriracha. You could use peppers, jalapenos, serranos, or those Thai chili peppers if you can handle it, or a handful of almonds. It could easily be 100 calories. That's why be aware of what you're eating, because those snacks do add up. Another thing, if you're drinking Red Bulls with sugar, you're drinking coffee with sugar and milk in it, it does affect the body because it will trigger an insulin response. It could slow down your weight loss. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist. I used to be into nursing. I do have a human biology degree. If you're serious about your fitness, you will track your macros either on a spreadsheet. You could use the Lose It app. You could use MyFitnessPal, where I could easily scan the barcodes and then I could input grams or ounces, tablespoons, those kinds of things. It will give me a clear overview of how much I ate and how much I can eat, or if I'm done already. When I was in Gilroy, one of my housemates, he likes to cook and he wants company. I noticed I had to tell him no, I can't eat because I hit my macros already. No is gonna be one of your favorite words that you will use, because if I have goals, I wanna make sure I hit them. I wanna make sure I'm on point so that there's no way I could lose, there's no way I could fail. Another reason why is because you're not weightlifting. You're doing too much cardio. A lot of cardio is going to make you hungry. It's going to make you crave certain foods. If you're weightlifting, you're going to be building muscle, and it's going to be a better transformation for your overall composition. Some amount of cardio is good. It's better to balance out with the workouts that you're doing. If I have more muscle mass, that means that my metabolism will be higher, testosterone production will be higher. I'll be more healthier and I'll be more happier versus, when you were running an hour, 2 hours, you were skinny, you were flat. Maybe you were working on your glutes, If you're weight training with your arms, your legs, you're using your glutes, it's gonna pop. You'll get the little bulges. For sure, muscle burns more calories. Weight training increases the metabolism and it will transform your body composition. If you're a beginner, you can work out 2 to 3 times a week. Or if you're intermediate, you could do 2 times a day. You don't necessarily need a gym membership to start. You could buy a pull-up bar, you could buy weights, you could buy bands. Even if you're just doing push-ups, sit-ups, air squats to start out every day, try it out. For my phone, I set the alarm and then I put it underneath the bed so that I have to get up to be able to turn it off, and then I could bump out my sets before I go to work. Another point is you haven't healed your relationship with food. You have to feel worthy. You have to feel self-love for yourself. Self-love, it doesn't come from an external. Your parents, your siblings, your friends, they can't give you self-love. You have to love yourself. There's a passage in this book that I'm reading. It says, see yourself as God sees you. God sees you as a treasure. And I have to see myself the same way. Just like I could appreciate the nice beach, just like I could appreciate the nice sun in the sky, I have to see myself the same way. That you can't hate yourself to having a good body. You have to focus on the love for yourself and know that you could do it, because if other people did it, you could do it too. It's possible. I know everybody goes through waves like a roller coaster, People get busy, people get hurt, they get sick. I know for me, I'm 41 years old. The games that I was playing when I was young, it's not gonna cut it in the future. Going forward, that's why I need to build myself up so strong to something that I can maintain into the future. I wanna be that jack guy in the gym, even when I'm older. If you're stuck in constant cycles of binging, restricting, or emotional eating, it's time to work on your mindset. Sustainable weight loss starts with self-compassion and love, not necessarily criticism. I know for most men, our feelings can be suppressed. And if I suppress my feelings, the good ones don't come in and the bad ones don't come out. That's why it's important to release the dark energy, to go through the emotions and not necessarily run away from your problems, my problems. Because if I run away, they will chase me, they follow me. I would have to solve the roots of my problems so that they don't get repeated going forward. Try intuitive eating, therapy, and journaling. And also for recording a video, try it out because I'm aware of what I'm saying, because then I can watch it from a third person and I could put it into CapCut. I could read it. It's pretty important to be aware of how I think, how I speak, how I act, my perception. Understand why I have cravings for junk food or why I'm overeating, because then I could form a plan for long-term success that comes from peace with food instead of punishment. There are certain books that you could read. For example, that shadow work journal, I felt that it helped me. It helped me understand how I think, how I feel. Let's talk about it. Remember, fat loss, it's not just about how much you eat, what you eat, how hard you work out. It's about aligning your mind, your heart, and to have a plan to feel worthy of executing it, to seeking out help when you need it. When your body, mind, and heart work together, results follow. You'll see. Build those habits, have discipline, be patient, be consistent, and most importantly, be kind to yourself, have understanding, forgive yourself for treating yourself this way, and just know you got it. The summer's coming up, 3 months. Everybody could get shredded. Join me on this journey. If this video opened your eyes even just a little, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with somebody who is struggling with these kinds of problems. Comment down below what hit the hardest for you. Peace.